What about her, man? She even so much as thought of threatening you. We want to know about it. Or if she give you any of her impudence. Shut up, girl.
Oh, excuse her, but why are you white men mamming her? She's nothing but a low-down colored gal.
The movie starts with Pinky, a light-skinned black woman who's been passing as white up north, coming home to the south. Her grandma, Dicey, is happy she's back but also low-key pissed, talking about how Pinky stopped riding and basically forgot who raised her. Then she brings up how Pinky passed for white and scolds her for being ashamed of her roots. Pinky's not trying to hear that and gets even more annoyed when she sees her grandma still out here doing laundry for Miss M, the old white lady who once kicked Pinky out of her garden as a kid. Later that day, she decides to go to town in order to collect some money from a man that owes her grandma. The dude tries to give her some half-ass excuses and claims he doesn't have the cash on him, but finally gives up some of it. Then his wife walks in and demands the money back. Next thing you know, police show up trying to save this white woman. Once they find out Pinky is black, they arrest everybody. No charges, just get in the back of the car. Judge lets them off, but not before telling Pinky she better stay out of trouble since she's been given opportunities most colored folks don't get. That night, Pinky's back home when Jake pops up, the same man from earlier, and while pretending to return money, he finesses her grandma into letting him send a telegram for a fee. Pinky's walking through town later and two white men offer her a ride. She says no, but they don't care. They chase and try to assault her, but she gets away and runs home, and immediately starts packing. She is ready to bounce. Dicey comes home talking about Miss M is sick and tells Pinky she already told the doctor her granddaughter's a trained nurse and will take care of her. Pinky says, hell no. And when Dicey says she'll die, Pinky says, let her die then. Dicey pulls the whole martyr card. I slaved to give you an education, and threatens to beat the brakes off of her if she don't go help this old white woman. Pinky ends up at Miss M's house dressed in full nurse uniform. The doctor says there's not much that can be done. Miss M is just old and wearing out. Miss M wakes up barking orders. They bicker, then she passes out mid-argument. Pinky gives her a shot and keeps it pushing. All this for free. Later, Pinky tells her grandma she's only staying 3 days. Then a black doctor shows up talking about how the community needs her to help start a nursing school for colored women. Again, volunteering her time without her say-so. She shuts it down. Back at Miss M's, they argue again. Miss M tries to shame her for passing. Ma'am, please. You've never had to live as a black woman in America in your life. Sit all the way down. Then Pinky's white boyfriend shows up. This man basically did 1940s style Facebook stalking. He asks if she's doing charity work and she hits him with the full backstory. Her grandma, the house, her identity, everything. Tells him she's black, but he's still down. Says he's got plane tickets and wants her to run away with him. She says she has to finish her obligation to Miss M first. Sometime later, Pinky's nursing Miss M again when her racist cousin Miss Woolley shows up accusing her of stealing. Miss M don't even like her, sends Pinky away till after 5 p.m. We found out she's 80 and writing her will. Next day, Pinky comes back and finds Miss M passed out cold. Doctor shows up and Miss M has him witness the will and makes him the executor of her estate. Not long after, she dies. Pinky goes to buy a veil for the funeral. Miss Woolley shows up again, mad that a colored woman is getting served first. Tries to shame Pinky and accuses her of stealing. Pinky stays calm, says the money came from her grandma's hard work. After the funeral, the doctor tells her what was in the will. Law books to the cousin, jewelry to the cousin's wife. All of Mrs. M's clothes go to Dicey, and the rest, the house, 20 acres, everything else goes to Pinky. The cousin's already planning to contest the will. That night, everyone tries to convince her to leave. She says no, she's staying until it's settled. She asks the judge from earlier to take her case. He says no at first, but she keeps pushing and finally he agrees. Pinky tries to get nursing work, but no one will hire her. She starts doing laundry to help pay for the case. That's when her boyfriend shows up again and says forget the land, they can just leave. She says she can't. It's about the principal. It's about her grandma. It's about her people. Her story even made the papers up north. She's not folding in now. At court, the cousin's lawyer claims Miss M was senile and doped up. They bring in a bunch of weak witnesses, including Pinky's own grandma, who gets manipulated into admitting she couldn't have known it was a will Miss M was writing. Dr. Joe, Miss M's actual physician, was supposed to testify for Pinky, but he's delivering a baby and can't make it. Just when it looks like it's over, the judge rules in Pinky's favor. Says the will stands and the court will uphold it. Pinky thanks the judge. He tells her she got the house, but doesn't think any bigger change has been made. Later, Pinky and Tom walk through the house. It's big. He says sell it all, flip it, and come to Denver with him. She says no, she's not running. He's mad. She says Miss M gave her this for a reason. He says she's all confused. She says she's finally clear. She's a Negro. She's done pretending, and she tells him to go. The last scene, Pinky turned the house into a clinic and nursery school for nursing students. She rings the bell outside, proud of herself, and that ends this movie. Here are my final thoughts. Hey guys, so the movie Pinky, generally I gear towards like black movies, but I also like seeing movies about passing and stuff like that, so this was a good movie to do in that aspect of things. I saw this movie years and years and years ago when I was much younger. I love this movie. I did think it was shady that the woman that was passing was actually not black, but I think back then it was like a scandal for anyone of color to like kiss a white actor, and since they did kiss in this movie, that was a faux pas of sorts. So, you know, other than that, like, I love the premise of this movie. Pinky went up north and she started passing for white, and her life exponentially easier. And then she came back, and then we have everybody from her hometown like judging her, or at least her grandmother was judging her for passing, and, you know, saying that it's against God and no one told you to go up there and do that, and you should be proud of who you are, blah blah blah. But at the same time, I can totally understand where Pinky was coming from. She was kind of like, I got treated better. I was able to go to school, and I was able to graduate and get everything that I needed while passing, and I understood that. And I can't say if I was in that same situation, would I try to pass or not? Like, who knows if I would be able to say no to that if that meant bettering myself and bettering my family situation. I really love that her boyfriend found out, and he was white, found out that she was actually black, you know, and he was all down for it. He was like, come on baby, let's go, it don't matter, I love you regardless. And I also love at the end when she won Miss M's house, and, you know, she had went through court and it was officially hers. He was like, well, let's sell it and we can still go and we can live off of me. And she said, you know what, now that I got my own place and I got my own situation, I really don't want to do that. Like, I feel like I need to do something here with my new inheritance, you know, instead of relying on a man to do that. And I feel like in the 1940s that was like, what? You know, she should want to get married and have kids. And she was like, you know what, I think there's more to life than just having kids and getting married. And OMG, I just love that for her. I love that for her. Like, she could have lived a soft life for as long as he was willing to be with her, you know, but she also wanted to create her own life. And so at the end of the movie, she ended up opening a nursing school for women of color and teaching them how to be nurses, and she gave back to her community. And I'm like, that's such a beautiful ending. Regardless of her passing and people being mad that she passed and blah, 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 it afforded her the opportunity to get that education and to ultimately give back at the end of the day to other women of color who would have never gotten that opportunity. So I think it came full circle, and like all that hate that she was getting for passing when she was up north and blah, 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 you know, I feel like it ended up working out for a whole bunch of people. She lived in danger, honestly. If somebody would have found out that she was black and she'd been passing and kissing on white men and stuff like that, like, she could have gotten killed. Like, she did what she had to do, especially in that time. I love this movie. I think it's worth a watch. If you're sensitive to racial topics, I would not watch it. But if you want to see a very nice women empowerment type movie, then that's where you need to watch. Like, this is a really good movie. So that's it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys next time for the next movie. Bye.